And a very good afternoon and welcome. We are live here from Mercy Field in Dobbs Ferry, New York. And it is time for the 2025 ECC Men's Lacrosse Championship Final. Mike McGinnis on the call. Thanks so much for joining us. And it's a rematch from 8 days ago, and what a thriller that was as the Molloy University Lions come in to take on the Mavericks of Mercy University for the championship of 2025. Mavericks come in 10-3, 6-0 in the ECC on Wednesday. They eliminated Roberts Wesleyan to advance to the ECC Championship Final 11-8. Aiden Babnick, 4 goals, 1 assist, plus the game winner. Roberts Wesleyan erased a 7-2 deficit at one point. Stevenson, Dorfman, and Resnick, along with Corbo and Higgins, all forced 3 ground balls apiece. Cameron Dorfman had 13 saves. Ryan Smith and Jimmy Osorio had 3 points each. As for Molloy, they come in at 14-4, 5-1 in the ECC. They're currently ranked 15th as the Mavericks come in ranked at number 12 in the nation in Division II. Lions beat Frostburg State in a second rematch of these two rivals on Wednesday, 19-9. Bobcats outscored 7-1 in the fourth quarter. Tommy Corcoran had 5 goals. Lions a plus 152 in goal differential. Christian Michaels, 14 wins, 64.7 save percentage. He's had himself a year. And, of course, Mercy at number 12 stunned Molloy here 8 days ago in overtime. The shot heard around the ECC and around lacrosse. Cameron Dorfman, 18 saves plus that 280-foot OT winner. And yes, he was the goalkeeper with the OT winner goal in that one. And we are moments away from the start of this one. Introduction, starting lineup, singing of the national anthem. 3 keys to the game. From the goal mouth out, if Mercy gets the win, expect guys like Owen Stevenson, Cameron Dorfman, Michael Corbo, or Jake Norton to be the factor. Why? And the duel here, listen, Christian Michaels, he is up to the task of a goalkeeper's duel. We talked about his numbers. He may have a few rabbits in his hat by the end of today. He's had a great season here for the Lions. 2 bouts in 8 days, so what does that one look like? Does one side have a distinct edge over the other because of it? How much does revenge burn in the minds of Molloy? And we're certainly going to wonder about that one. Moments away here as it's now the clouds are rolling in, somewhat overcast. Might get rain in the second half here. Mid-80s, humid. It's a summer's day here in early May for the ECC Championship. We're so glad you are tuning in. And if you're coming back or if you're tuning in for the first time, congratulations to the Molloy University Lions women's lacrosse team capturing their first ever ECC title, a 15-13 win for them. And we're going to go down to the field now. Mr. Kyle Goodhart on public address. We're going to have the singing of the national anthem, the introductions, and the starting lineups here on the ECC network. Let's go down to the field right now.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Mercy Field for today's East Coast Conference Men's Lacrosse Championship Final, featuring the second-seeded Lions of Molloy University and the top-seeded Mavericks of Mercy University. Fans, at this time, we ask everybody to please rise, if able, and remove your caps as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. And now let's meet today's starting lineups. First for the Lions. At attack, number 1, Brian Diliberto. At midfield, number 2, Brian Green. At defense, number 9, Aiden Dinnigan. At attack, number 17, Noah Taylor. At attack, number 36, Tony Corcoran. At defense, number 38, Liam Taylor. At defense, number 44, Sean McCabe. At attack, number 48, Jake Taylor. At attack, number 50, Luke Hickam. At goalkeeper, number 23, Christian Michaels. Assistant coaches for the Lions are Tim McCabe, Joseph Fitzpatrick, and Tim McEntee. And his fourth season leading the way is head coach Bill Dunn. And now the starting lineup for the Mavericks. At attack, number 7, Jimmy Osorio. At defense, number 9, Owen Stevenson. At defense, number 10, Michael Corbo. At defense, number 11, Danny Fitzgerald. At short stick unit, number 14, Jake Norton. At midfield, number 18, Aiden Babnick. At midfield, number 25, Kenneth Summit. At defense, number 40, Nicholas Villicamo. At attack, number 42, Cole Hunsberger. At goalkeeper, number 13, Cameron Dorfman. Assistant coaches for the Mavericks are Eric Badger, Brody Cascanet, Tony Amano, and Andrew Calabria. And his third season leading Mercy's head coach, Ryan McSpadis. Ladies and gentlemen, just a reminder that the NCAA East Coast Conference, Malloy University, and Mercy University promote a positive game environment and good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators. We request your cooperation by supporting our participants and officials in a positive manner. We do not condone racist, sexist, homophobic, or discriminatory comments, profanities, or intimidating action on the basis of one's appearance, identity, or perceived identity, or for any other reason directed at officials, spectators, student athletes, coaches, and team representatives. Any of these actions will not be tolerated and grounds removed from the competition. Also, consumption or possession of alcoholic beverages, use of tobacco products are especially prohibited. Be loud, be proud, be positive.
And welcome back here to Mercy University on the beautiful campus here in Dobbs Ferry, New York. It's the Lions, it's the Mavericks, it's for all the marbles here in Men's Lacrosse 2025 Championship Final ECC edition. Cameron Dorfman patrolling the nets for the Mavs, and Christian Michaels in the net for the Lions. Lions in their Crimson Road uniforms with crimson shorts, white numbers, black outline, and the Mavs in their traditional home whites with navy numbers and outlines and shorts. And it's going to be mid-80s, humid. Clouds rolling in as expected. We might get some rain here before it's all said and done. Big crowd on hand here for this one. And we're about to get set here between the Mavericks and the Lions. Both teams going to their respective positions after the handshakes. And here we go. Mavs will attack from left to right on your screen. Kenneth Summit against Brandon Pazienza. Summit heavily bandaged left leg. He's been battling injury issues. It has not stopped his performance, though. He's had a great year. Here we go on the ground, and the Lions immediately win it. Pazienza with it. Being attacked right away. Ground ball forced by Owen Stevenson. And on the turf, picking it up there. Was that Summit? I'm not sure. Or it was Summit. So Summit gets the ground ball after the forced turnover by Owen Stevenson. And a hit on the back end there. Corbo just got clipped. Here's Jake Norton. Boyd Norton, what a year he's had. One of the anchors here of that defense. Not afraid to pinch up sometimes with Owen Stevenson. And it's Christopher Bergerson with it now. He'll swing it back over there to Hunsberger. Cole Hunsberger being watched. Look out. Aggressive play. Ground ball picked up. No. They're going to say possession. Nice defensive play there by Liam Taylor to force that turnover. And Christian Michaels has it. So both sides turn it over on the initial offensive possession. Look out. Michaels had some issues with it there. Comes way up to play it. And he'll give it over to Rocco Hogan. They go back behind the net now. And they'll swing up on that left side there to Jake Taylor. As Brian Green has it now. Swinging it across. And the Lions will go to work here as Tommy Corcoran, who had 5 tallies in that OT, the win against Frostburg State on Wednesday, 19-9. Shot, they score on the sharp angle shot. Unexpected that time. It's Brian DiLiberto. Well, he curled around there. Did not expect that shot coming. I think it might have surprised Dorfman as well. A quick tally here for Malloy. 86 seconds into this one, and the Lions have a 1-0 lead.
Malloy goals for number 1, Brian DiLiberto. Malloy leads 1-0.
Summit Pazienza on the draw here. False start, possession, Mercy.
No artificial noisemakers.
So they get over now to Bergerson.
ECC rule.
Bergerson now has it. Back over to Ducknowski. Quickly over to Ryan Smith. Smith had 3 points in that win against Roberts Wesleyan. Pass across, nobody home. Loose ball, and the Mavs are going to save possession. Maybe. Look out now. Big fight for it, and picking it up on the ground ball there is Aiden Dinnigan. Gets it back to Christian Michaels. Quickly over to Sean McCabe.
Ladies, can you tell Mr. Capelli that the noisemakers over here are going to be an issue on Malloy's side?
So they swing it back over now to Matt Calvo. And here's Jake Taylor. Taylor now quickly over to Luke Hickam. Pass, nobody home on that one. And that's going to be a turnover. Possession, Mercy. Owen Stevenson with it now. Swings it back behind the net to Babnick. Babnick up top here to Shane Roach. Roach looks around now. Roach trying to make the inside move. Oh, almost gets headbutted there by the defeatsman. So look out, Babnick circling around, lost the handle. I don't think he knew where it went, and it's picked up there. So multiple turnovers forced by this mobile physical defense by the Lions so far. And Sean McCabe in the middle of it again. Look out, kind of a haphazard play. The shot, they score! Well, on a broken play, it's Dre Alexis from the high slot and fires it inside the right post, and the Lions off to a quick 2-0 lead. So Zachary Malley-Grays in on draw control here against Summit. 2-0 Lions lead it here.
Number 13, Dre Alexis. Malloy leads 2-0.
On the turf, one there by the Lions. Here's Nick Tiani with it now. Head full of steam. He's pushed off the block there by Norton. Back behind the net now. He's going to set up. Early 2-0 lead for the Lions. Here's Jake Taylor with it now. Boy, certainly the start they had drawn up. Their defense has forced a couple of turnovers, and they have been precise on the offensive end. Brian DiLiberto, he was the first goal scorer, has it now. Watching on that right perimeter, spins inside. Look out, double team coming, pass in front, the one-timer That went wide.
Remains Malloy.
Brian Green up with it now. Green cradling the ball.
Yes, yes. Kettles okay. Yes. Air horns are correct. Yeah. Thank you.
They circle it back out there to Brian Green in the midfield. Loading it up now. Cuts in on the right side. Has a move. He scores! Beats Dorfman 5-0, and it's 3 tallies early from Malloy. They have a quick 3-0 lead, and it stuns the home crowd here in Dobbs Ferry. And Brian Green is on the board. Ryan Resnick on draw control now with Zachary Mallygrays.
Malloy goals for number 2, Brian Green. Malloy leads 3-0.
False start, possession, Mercy. And here's Resnick with it now. Trying to do a little traffic control, and Barone will flip it over to Bergerson. Bergerson trying to cut in on that right side. Makes his move now. Curls around on the right, being held up physically there. Very physical, mobile defense, making it happen for the Lions early on. Quick passing. Here's a shot that goes wide by Osorio. As Babnick behind the net now. Curls around left side, goes across the grain with a pass there behind the net to A.J. Barone. Barone circles around, trying to find Babnick in front, nobody home. Sets up the body. Bergerson. Look out, interference call. And that's a turnover. And once again, this Malloy defense making it happen. They have been the ones that have really set the tone early here as Liam Taylor gets it ahead. And the Lions quickly go into the zone, possessing an early 3-0 lead here. Noah Taylor with it now. Swing it back outside there to Dankenbrink. And the Lions behind the net now, setting up the cycle. They'll go back up high on that right side. Strong move by Mike D'Amato. Hot pass across now. They'll work it to the left side here to McLean. Another quick pass behind the net to Hickman. And nice job there defensively by the Mavs. They force a turnover. Dorfman gets the feed there. He'll go across the grain there to Michael Corbo. Kyle Fryer was the initial ball handler. Mavs come up with it quickly. Head of steam now. Look out, big hit there. Nothing called. Very physical tone being set by Malloy. And they might have numbers going the other way. Hickman now. Quick pass over, a little too hot. Somehow re-corralled in. The shot goes high as Liam Taylor came in. Boy, a massive collision right on the perimeter of the offensive zone there of the Lions. Forced that turnover. Jake Taylor with it now. Quickly up top here to Herzlinger. They circle it around to that right perimeter there to McLean. Behind the net, they work it now with McLean. Hickman goes over to the right side. Herzlinger trying to find an edge. Cross the grain pass. The shot. Nice save, Dorfman. He's got to control the rebound, and he does. Oh, Mike D'Amato there denied on a nice pass. Look out now. Nobody home on this pass. This is going to be a problem, but no, saved by Kyle Fryer. Big break there for the Mavs after they get the big save. Here's Babnick with it now. Halfway through this first quarter, 3-0 Malloy on top. Babnick being watched closely by Dinnigan. Circles around that left side. Being pressured, though. Hot pass over to Ryan Smith. Smith trying to find some right personnel groupings. Duchnowski steps back out. He likes that left edge Here's a shot that goes high and wide as Smith took a hit after he took that shot. Here's Babnick now, 40 seconds on the possession clock. Back over to Bergerson. Back up high here. Duchnowski trying to set the edge on the right side. Cross the grain pass, picked off by Michaels. Well scouted that time. Michaels almost playing like a defensive back. Snatch that pass away from the sharp post. And they go across the field with it. Whoa, give and go pass. Michaels. Good mobility there by the Lions. Unorthodox clear with so many touch passes, but it does work. Under 7 minutes to go now in this first quarter. Green fires, and Dorfman might have gotten a piece of that. I don't know. Goes out of bounds. As Jake Taylor has it now. Taylor circling around. Left side. Thought about going high with it. He'll hold on to it. Trying to set the edge here. Oh, look out. Major confusion. Almost a pick play there. Look out now. Here's DiLiberto with it. Being watched by Jake Norton. And go back to the right edge there to Noah Taylor. Pressure coming. Here's the one-timer. Nice save, Dorfman. Green had the setup. They got the shot they wanted, but Dorfman was good for it. Here's Corbo with it now. Quick pass ahead there to Bergerson. Bergerson looking around, lost the handle on another forced ground ball. Boy, I'll tell you, this defense is really locked in for the Lions. They have forced multiple turnovers so far. Deep in their own zone, they seem very comfortable. As Voda now with it. Voda, swing pass over to Roach. Roach has to be pushed back out off the block here. Voda back to Roach now. Mavs having a hard time finding some interior presence here. Barone setting up with that heavy shot. Takes a shot. Better save. Big rebound there. Roach had that forced away from him. Thought he had a beat on it. And, boy, this is just a big battle and picked up there. Malloy. Boy, their defense has set a tone here early, no doubt about it. Hit on the back end there. As Tajani, who came up with the turnover, hit the deck. He's handling it now. Herzlinger. Back over now. Gives it to Tajani. Takes a shot. Nice save, Dorfman. Nice outlet pass. Here comes Lemaire with it now. Lemaire, a very physical defender out there. Here's Osorio. Swings it back over to Barone now. Barone swings it back out to Duchnowski. Over to Smith. Smith gets it on the edge to Hunsberger. Back to Smith. Smith, spin move there. Trying to draw the double team. Forced the pass inside. And possession to Malloy there. No, they're going to say possession Mavericks, pardon me. As one of the Mavericks hit the deck on the inside. Well, you're going to have to sacrifice the body to loosen up that interior defense of the Lions. They go back behind the net. They swing it up. Osorio now. Quick strike to Hunsberger. He puts it home. Oh, Michaels. Kind of mesmerized there. Osorio, you're always playing him for the shot. Little short pass to Hunsberger, and it's the Mavericks on the board here. 3:48 to go in the first quarter. It's 3-1 Malloy. Summit and Pazienza on the draw here. On the ground now. Summit lost the handle on it. Ground ball forced, though. Boy, I'll tell you, Stevenson absolutely plastered one of the Lions on that exchange. Aaron pass, though, picked up by Dre Alexis, but somebody was tripped up, and it was Summit. And possession goes to the Mavericks. Osorio feeds it back to Bergerson now. Bergerson, now the clouds certainly rolling in. It's very overcast on the field. Here is Duchnowski. Watch him on the edge. He's got that lethal shot from out there. They set the screen. He's good for it. He can rip it from there. Here's Babnick now. Babnick trying to inside out everybody. Tried to find Duchnowski, but it's intercepted. And I'll tell you, Liam Taylor having himself a quarter. He has been right in the middle of it for the Lions defensively. A transition offense now as Jake Taylor comes up with it. Taylor trying to get the right personnel groupings as Brian Green, one of their 3 goal scorers, steps out onto the field. And they'll swing it back over here to Tommy Corcoran. Here's Brian Green with it now. Green loading up here. He'll go over to that far right perimeter under the watchful eye of Owen Stevenson. Comes in, sharp angle. They'll go back behind the net. Circles it around, the shot. And somebody hit the deck there. Flag on the play. Jake Taylor. And they're going to say that went in. I was not sure if Dorfman had stopped it. There was so many bodies in front. He might have made the original save. We'll have to see on the replay. I thought he got a piece of it, and it squirted in past him. And it's 4 on the board for Malloy. Well, you know, between the flag and the bodies falling down, and Dorfman, it seemed like he had it. And then next thing you know, it dribbled past him. 4-1 Malloy. Boy, what a great start they're off to.
Malloy goals for number 48, Jake Taylor.
Jake Taylor gets the goal. And Summit wins it here. Back to Dorfman. So Malloy right out of the gate looking very strong here. They have cashed in on their offensive opportunities, but I think they have really been driven by their defense so far. Like somebody was offsides there. And the flag goes away. Interesting. Here's Stevenson now. Stevenson in front. Long stick. He gets clobbered. Another big hit there. And, wow, this is just turning into a demolition derby. There are so many hits and bodies. I expected it to be very physical out there. There are just guys throwing themselves at each other with reckless abandon out there. And once again, Nick Tajani gets walloped pretty good. He is being visited by the trainer right now. He's going to have to walk off the field. Possession Lions here. Michaels will handle it with under 100 seconds to go in this first quarter. You're listening to the 2025 ECC Men's Lacrosse Championship Final here live from Mercy University in Dobbs Ferry, New York. Thank you for tuning in wherever it is you're tuning in from. Lions women's teams made history earlier, capturing their first ECC lacrosse championship. Here's a shot that goes wide there by DiLiberto. And the Lions up early in this one, 4-1. So here we go. Corcoran gets it back in here, coming up on 1 minute to go in this first quarter. Look at the inside-out move, a shot. There was a flag, nice save by Dorfman. But Taylor got clipped on the way in, no doubt. It's like Filacamo maybe gets the penalty here. Let's see. Or is it Barone? It's going to be A.J. Barone on that one. 30-second man-up situation here for the Lions, already claiming a 4-1 lead. And to work they go here. 1 minute to go in the first quarter. They try to collapse the box, set high. They go to the left side now. Look out, lost it. And how about Dorfman? Aggressive play there. He's going to run out with it with Hickman flanking him. Dorfman, underhanded pass there. Over to Stevenson. Tried to get it over to Hunsberger. Back behind the net. Babnick takes a hit, but it keeps it alive, and it's going to kill some time. Look out, still rolling around. Somehow there's a shot. Oh, what a save by Michaels. A rebound, still loose. And picked up. Oh, what a save by Michaels on a backhander on a totally busted play. Under 15 seconds to go. Put a star next to that one. We told you Michaels had a couple of rabbits in the hat. Here's a shot that goes wide. Oh, a big save by Christian Michaels there. 5.9 seconds to go. Palulis with it now. One last shot here. Off the crossbar, I think. And that's the end of the first half. 4-1, Malloy leads Mercy. We'll have second quarter action when we return on the ECC Network. Yeah, it's all cleared out. And welcome back here to Mercy Field, Dobbs Ferry, New York. The site of the 2025 ECC Men's Lacrosse Championship Final. Thank you for tuning in. Malloy with a 4-1 lead. They looked impressive in the first quarter, really predicated by their defense. They made a lot of turnovers. They were very mobile, extremely physical. And right now, they are in command. Mike McGinnis on the call as they switch sides for quarter number 2. Summit and Pazienza on the draw here. False start, possession, Mercy. So Smith will pick it up here. And to work they go. Mavs held to one goal. I don't remember the last time they've been held to one goal in a quarter. As Bergerson over to Smith. Quick pass in the teeth. Almost picked off. There's a shot. Hunsberger hit the post. As Michaels looked behind him, the shot beat him, but the iron said no. Here's Osorio. Quadruple team back pass to Duchnowski. Boy, I'll tell you, this defense, it's almost like they have twice as many guys out there. They are really locked in for Malloy. As Babnick now behind the net. Circles around, shot. Michaels might have made the save, but Babnick got clipped on the way in, and that's what the Mavs are going to have to do. They're going to literally have to throw themselves at the net and start drawing penalties. And just force the issue of working their way inside. 1 minute unnecessary roughness call, and it's a man-up situation for the Mavs. Here we go. Smith with it now. They work the cycle to Osorio. Back to Ortiz. Here's Hunsberger, right perimeter. Roach behind the net to Smith. Left side, Duchnowski. Here's Osorio. Swinging it to the right side. Ortiz fires. Just goes wide. They're going to say possession Malloy. So the Mavericks See Malloy take over here. Sun peeks back out here. That's Rocco Hogan with it now. Quickly gets it at. Oh, big hit up high there. And Kenbrick is going to draw a penalty on this one. That was an easy call there. Ref saw all of it. He had to do something. Jake Taylor with it now. And Malloy can kill off the time and kill it all the way down and then get their man-up advantage when they see fit. Jake Taylor behind the net now. Taylor being watched there. Taylor is taking all the time he needs to do whatever he wants in terms of playing here. He'll swing it back over to Brian Green. 15 on the shot clock here. They can run it all the way down if they want. Green as the defenders chase him behind the net here. They swing it up high, looking for that one-timer. Stevenson gets that one away, and now the clock is stopped. So Malloy will get a man-up situation here. And it looks like Jackson Redmond, well, let's see. Locked in 1 minute, cross-check to Jimmy Osorio. So a man up here for a 1 minute full here for the Lions. Big situation here. Quickly go, they move it up to the top side. They'll go left now. They fake the shot. Green, quick pass, back to Green. Over, across, here's the one-timer. Nice save, Dorfman. Wow, I'll tell you. Corcoran had that right on the doorstep. They got the shot they wanted. Dorfman came up with a mighty save on that one. And Corbo gets it back to Dorfman now. And there's a flag on the play here. Alley-oop pass. Dorfman doesn't really matter because this is going to go against the Lions. And then a late hit there. Well, you got to be careful with that. You could get called on that, and then that negates the man-up situation you might have had. As Jaden McLeod, offsides 30 seconds, so they'll be even for 14 seconds, then a short man-up situation for the Mavericks. So here we go. Duchnowski with it now. Back to Roach. Roach quickly over to Hunsberger. Hunsberger sees the penalty. Now they might call a timeout. And 11:34 to go in the first half. 4-1 Malloy on top. We'll be back with more 2025 ECC Men's Lacrosse Championship action when we return here on the ECC Network. And welcome back to Mercy Field, Dobbs Ferry, New York, 2025 ECC Championship Tournament final here. 4-1 Malloy leads Mercy. Mercy with a 16-second man-up advantage here. And they'll go back to work. They've been limited to one goal in the first almost 20 minutes of this game. A shot that goes wide. Cannot remember the last time a defense has been able to hold the Mavs in check like this. As they swing this now behind the net. Up top now, Babnick fakes the shot. Duknowski swings it to Osorio. They're even strike now, so the kill successful here by the Lions. Under 20 now on possession. They swing that up top, and that pass was not connected. And the Lions will take over. Almost a shot clock violation regardless. And the Malloy comes out with it now. Nice pass ahead there to Hogan from Michaels. They work it behind the net now from Taylor. Quickly over to Jake Taylor from Noah Taylor. So the Lions very methodically setting up here with the lead and possession. Green swings it across the green. Give and go pass there with DiLiberto. Green swings it to that right perimeter now to Noah Taylor. There's a shot that clanked off the post from the outside there. And that shot came from DiLiberto. Behind the net now. Look out. Ground ball picked up by the Mavs there. They force the turnover on Hickman. Quickly they come out. Transitional offense. As Corbo swings it around. Fryer denied. Stick save and a beauty by Michaels. Oh, he was ready for that howitzer. Fryer got everything behind it. Quick transition now. The Lions trying to get some offense going. Jake Taylor with it now. Taylor being watched there by Filocamo behind the net. Over to Noah Taylor. Taylor with it now. He gets the screen set up there by DiLiberto. Takes the pass. Look out. Has a move on the inside. Shoots it wide. Actually, that was a pass, a rebound, a shot deflected off of something out of bounds. I think that went off of a defender or maybe his own player. Look out now. They're setting up again. Inside shot. There was a forced ground ball. Taken away there. Nice defensive play by MER. I'm going to say Fryer forced the turnover. Here's Fryer now. Aaron pass. Looking for Hunsberger. Another turnover. And Malloy takes over. So the Lions now as Michaels comes up with it on the feed from Dinnigan. He'll get the short pass over to McCabe. Alley-oop pass. And Brian Green will corral it in. Back over to Corcoran. So the Lions, as McLean loads it up here on the left side. Has a move. Comes inside now, glides behind the net. He's going to circle around the right side. Sharp angle shot. Nice save, Dorfman. And he has the rebound. Being harassed. He's got to get it away here. Short pass, Filocamo lost the. Oh, he gets clipped high there. He lost his footing, and then he gets clipped in the head. And, oh, that was an easy call. And that's going to be costly to the Lions. Might be a locked-in penalty here. We'll see. And it looks like it's Jake Taylor. Well, 48, Taylor gets one. Cross-check to the head. And 17, Noah Taylor. So Taylor and Taylor. Sounds like the name of a law firm. Going to the sin bin together there. And this is a massive situation for the Mavs. 1 minute, up 2 players here. And they really need to cash in as their offense is looking to get on track here. We'll see what they can do. Look out, intercepted pass. And once again, it's Liam Taylor. He gets flattened. He's going to draw a penalty. And Roach is going to the box. And I got to tell you, early returns on this game. Boy, Liam Taylor, I think, has been maybe the best player out there on both sides. This guy has been in the middle of it time and time again, forcing turnovers and creating havoc. 30-second call, but more importantly, Malloy has the ball here. Taylor looks like he's a little shaken up, understandably so. Here we go. So the Lions, Green with it now, quick pass over to Corcoran. They are trying to get Keepway. Boy, big hit there, laid on by Norton. Corcoran's going to make them chase him around here a little. He's trying to kill off precious time. And quick pass. Boy, nice little short passes by the Lions. One penalty is over here. Paul Lewis behind the net. They try to flush him out there, but nothing doing. Look out now, behind the net. And there's a whistle. Timeout called. Shot was fired anyway by Paululis. Dorfman took exception to that. Timeout called on the field here. 6:46 to go in this one. In the first half, 4-1 Malloy on top, and it's the Lions that take a timeout. We'll step aside here on the ECC network. Welcome back to Mercy Field in Dobbs Ferry, New York. 6:46 to go in the first half. Malloy with a 4-1 lead in the 2025 Men's ECC Championship Final. Lions still down a man for 47 seconds, but they have possession here as Brian Green will have it. If you missed it, the first game, Malloy took home their first ever women's lacrosse championship with a 15-13 win over Mercy here on the ECC network. Green doing almost like a windmill motion. And a shot. He scores from an impossible angle. A shorty from Brian Green. Boy, I'll tell you, Stevenson was all over him. And Brian Green with a impossible angle shot. Watch this one again. Wow, that was some kind of play. And it's 5-1. Lions on top here, and a shorthanded goal to boot. Summit on the draw here with Mally Grays. Draw control coming here. And looks like the Mavs trying to fight for it. Swatted ahead. Osorio comes up with it. He lost it on the ground and recovers. Wild pass there. Looks like they were trying to find MER down there. And they're saying it was tipped, so the Mavs get a massive break there. Timeout, Mavericks. 6:12 to go in the first half. 5-1 Malloy. We'll be back here on the ECC network. And welcome back to Mercy Field with 6:12 to go in the first half of this 2025 Men's Lacrosse Championship Final. Mercy with possession, trailing 5-1 here over Malloy. They have 14 seconds to go on that man-up advantage. You almost forget about that after they surrendered the short-handed goal. What a goal there by Brian Green. Smith, quick pass, nobody home. And I'll tell you, the passing lanes have been compromised. And they're going to say that one was deflected out. But this defense of Malloy has been very mobile. They are physical, and they have pushed the envelope here. Look out now with Sorio. Quick pass. That was deflected. And who else but Liam Taylor? This guy has had a great game so far. He's going to drop the pass off there. And Malloy, almost like a football mentality. They're up by multiple strikes. They're going to milk the clock as much as possible. Rocco Hogan with it now. It's incredible to believe that with 5 minutes to go in the first half, the Mavericks have been held to one goal. I mean, that really tells you the kind of defense Lions have been playing out there. As Noah Taylor quickly back up here. Herzlinger to the other side now to McLean. 5-minute mark coming up here in the first half, and Malloy in command here with a 5-1 lead. They go back behind the net now. Look out. Complicated passing lane. And they'll say last touch by the Mavs, so Malloy has it here. Palulis swings it up high here. McLean found a seam. He's coming in. He'll take a shot and score. Michael McLean puts it home, and the Lions are up by 5. It's 6-1. And wow, the Mavericks searching for answers right now. And Malloy, boy, they couldn't have drawn up a better start than this one. 6-1 there on top. Resnick And MLAX on the draw here. Draw control won by the Mavericks. And looks like Resnick might have been clipped there by MLAX. And the Mavs have had man-up advantages, and they've actually on the minus side of that one. So this is pulled up now. A lot of turnovers, clogged up passing lanes. Boy, and it's just been a great job here defensively by the Lions so far. Here's Bergerson with it now. Bergerson goes around that left green. He's trying to fight on the inside. He's pushed out, though. That has been the story. Coming up on 4 minutes to go in this first half. High pass there to Osorio. Osorio lost the handle on it, but he recovers. Under 30 on the possession clock. Boy, Osorio has nowhere to go with it here. He's going to swing it out to the right side of Bergerson. Up high there. Over to Duchnowski. Trying to find some room now. Duchnowski behind the net. Sharp angle shot. Nice save by Michaels. But that'll stop the clock at a man-up situation. Michaels has been sharp when called upon here for the Lions. 30-second man-up situation for the Mavericks. Delay a game call on MLAX here. So the Mavericks go back to work on the man-up advantage. Duchnowski, Osorio. Back over, they had Ortiz. Osorio back to Duchnowski. Osorio, here's Ortiz. Quick pass to Duchnowski. Osorio back to Duchnowski. Here's Ortiz trying to get that one-timer. Quick pass in. The shot. They score! Beautiful setup. Justin Ortiz to Ryan Smith for the man-up strike. And it's now 6-2 Malloy. A much needed, desperately needed goal there by the Mavericks. And you see Smith set up there near that right post of the goalkeeper, Michaels. And he puts it in. Resnick on the draw here. Pazienza for the Lions. On the Terp still, picked up by Resnick. Resnick getting contacted. Goes across the other side there to Smith. Fans on the Mercy side wanted to call. Drop pass, they score! Smith finds Cole Hunsberger, or yes it is. Wasn't sure if it was him or A.J. Barone, and you watch it again. All eyes went to Ryan Smith. Left post. It was Hunsberger putting it home. And boy, much needed back-to-back strikes here by the Mavericks. They're down 6-3.
Mercy goals for number 42, Cole Hunsberger, assistant number 21, Ryan Smith. Malloy leads 6-3, timeout Malloy.
And a very strategically called timeout here by the Lions. 2:48 to go in the first half. 6-3 Malloy leads Mercy. You're listening live to the 2025 Men's Lacrosse ECC Championship Final here on the ECC Network. We'll be right back. And welcome back here as we are live from Dobbs Ferry, New York, the site Mercy Field 2025 Men's Lacrosse ECC Championship Final. Mike McGinnis on the call. A pair of back-to-back strikes by the Mavericks. So they try to fight back here, trailing 6-3 in the waning stages of the first half. Resnick thought he had a beat on it. Still a fight for it, went out of bounds. And it's possession who? I think they're going to say the Lions. Or maybe not. No, they're going to say Lions. Okay. So Corcoran with it now. He'll swing it back over to DiLiberto. Under 2.5 to go in the first half, 6-3. Malloy on top here. Brian DiLiberto with it now. Looking around, swings it across right side. They score! So an immediate answer by the Lions, and it's Brian Green once again as he's set up by Brian DiLiberto. Oh, boy, I'll tell you, watch this heat seeker from Brian Green. Bang, puts it home. And just like that, the Lions have themselves a 7-3 lead. Resnick and Pazienza on the draw control here. So Malloy quickly responds after giving up 2 goals, and it's 7-3 Malloy. On the ground, Resnick. Looks like possession goes to the Mavericks. Here we go, Resnick with it now. Back over to Smith. And here is Barone with it now. Barone swings it out to Duchnowski. Duchnowski swings it across there to Barone. A.J. Barone comes in, heavy shot on that right side. Hard pass, trying to find Osorio, nobody home. And this has been an issue for the Mavericks today. Their passing has not been as precise as usual. And the Malloy defense has a lot to say about that. As Matt Calvo has it now. Swings it across there to Tommy Corcoran. Back over quickly there. They had worked it to Noah Taylor, and they go back behind the net to Hickam. Luke Hickam. Pass down low, short side. Here's a shot. Nice save. And the rebound quickly goes over to Lemaire. One hopper pass there to Corbo. Back behind the net to Dorfman. Under a minute to go in this first half, 7-3. Malloy has the lead. A high arcing pass. 50-50 ball there. That is on the ground, and boy, I'll tell you, Malloy gets it. And this is really a testament to how well the defense has been by Malloy in the first half. Make no mistake, they are leading the charge and dictating the terms in this game so far with under half a minute to go. Hickam behind the net now. Being watched by Corbo. He'll load it up now. Trying to circle around left side, not giving them the passing lane. And a broken up play there. And Lemaire will get it. And the Mavs just want to get out of the half here. They're going to have to draw it up and figure it out at halftime. Malloy in command, 7-3, as we reach the half of the 2025 Men's Championship Final here on the ECC side. We'll take a timeout. 7-3, Malloy leads it at the half on the ECC network. We'll be right back. think 38, if I had to pick, is the MVP so far. Because it's all been, yeah. And but again, it's all predicated on their defense. Their defense moves around and it's very physical because they don't have anywhere to. They don't know where to go with it because their defense is jumping every route that they have. Yes, everything is predicated on their defense. You notice they're. No, I think that they went to the videotape and started realizing what their passing tendencies were, and they're jumping the route now. They know exactly where it's going. Yeah. So I don't know. They got to get. We got to get shooters on the inside. If you notice, they push everything out to the perimeter. So it's you're taking the shot they want you to take. That's what it is. Yeah, yeah. So we'll see. Anytime, anytime. There you go. And welcome back. We are at the half here from Mercy Field in Dobbs Ferry, New York on the ECC network. It's the 2025 Men's Lacrosse Championship Final. Molloy in front here, 7-3. Mike McGinnis on the call. Let's take a look at some of the stats here. Brian Green leading the way with 3 goals, none bigger than that short-handed goal he had. They also have goals for Michael McLean, Dre Alexis, a goal and assist by Brian DiLiberto, and Jake Taylor with a goal on the Molloy side. And, boy, they have really predicated everything off their defense. Christian Michaels at 6 saves. Cameron Dorfman, 8 saves for the Mavericks. 2 goals for Cole Hunsberger. A goal and an assist for Ryan Smith. Jimmy Osorio and Justin Ortiz have assists so far. Mavericks have an 8-4 draw control advantage, but the defense for the Lions have been really at the forefront here. Very mobile, swarming, compromising the passing lanes, and extremely physical. Here we go, Resnick to start out here in the second half against Pazienza. On the ground, and Pazienza with a clean win. Oh, and he gets drilled hard there. Popped a fly there on a shot attempt. Taylor behind the net, and boy, give the Lions credit. They recovered there. And then this is picked up after Hogan comes up with it. Pazienza ducked out of the way of the pass there, and Hogan came up with it. Molloy has led wire to wire so far in this one. They have command now as Brian DiLiberto scurries in on that right perimeter. It's become overcast here. We're expecting rain. We're hoping it does not come in during the game, although that could possibly happen. Look out now behind the net. They'll go to that far left side. They'll swing it up top, right angle. Corcoran lost the handle on it, and it's recovered there by the Mavericks. As that's a break there, Jake Norton has it. Let's see what the Mavs settled on at halftime here. They want to get back to more precision passing. They're going to have to trick and outwit this defense. They got one there, and that is a beautiful setup. Oh, my. Christopher Bergerson. And somebody didn't get a marker on Jimmy Osorio. He had all day on that one, and he just glides it home with a goal and a nice start here by the Mavericks. And the score is now 7-4. Osorio with a big tally there.
Jimmy Osorio, assistant number 29, Christopher Ferguson. Molloy leads 7-4.
So, again, you have to be unpredictable and outguess the defense, and the Mavs did a wonderful job there. Bergerson just threaded the needle perfectly. Draw control coming, and I'll tell you, Ryan Resnick up to the task here. He wants to kind of settle it down across the green pass there. One hopper to Stevenson. Stevenson, he's going to fire. He scores! Oh, the long pole defenseman, Owen Stevenson, with a strike inside the right post. We talked about it earlier. He has been pinching up on the defensive side of late. And there is a rare sight. How about Owen Stevenson? Look out, big slapper from the point here. Bang, puts it home. And it's 7-5, Malloy. Owen Stevenson pitching up from the defense side, and the Mavs obviously sent the memo out. Hey, we got to pull out all the stops here. This is for all the marbles. And the Lions win that one. Rocco Hogan comes up with it now. Hogan being watched by LeMaire. I think he stepped out. LeMaire did a heck of a job there, being annoying. That's what he was. That's his job. And, boy, forces a turnover there. Let's see what the Mavs can do. As Dorfman now, look out, he has two players in the vicinity there kind of hovering around him. Here's Filicamo with it now. Back over quickly to Bergerson. Bergerson back to Barone. Over to Bergerson now. Bergerson now trying to find some room. Left side, takes a shot, hit the inside of the post. Oh, he beat the goalie that time, but the pipe said no. A.J. Barone, great job on the rebound control there. Redirect, did not panic. Smith now on that far right perimeter. So a lucky bounce there, and hey, you have to get them sometimes for the Lions. Look out, pass down low. Mavs have to push it back out, and Mavs have to get things going in transition. They have confused the Lions. When the Lions set up defensively, they're tough to beat. There's a shot, better save Michaels. Rebound, a shot that goes wide. So the Mavs getting some quality looks. Michaels makes a great save there. And here we go. Here's Babnick. Look out, Bergerson takes a one-hopper, nice save. Might have clanked off the post too with that bounce. And Mercy knocking on the doorstep here. Here's Osorio. He started this out with a goal. And Barone gets it to Bergerson. Hunsberger behind the net to Babnick. Babnick back out to Bergerson. On the other side now to Barone. Here's Smith. Smith across the grain to Osorio. Back to Smith now. Smith directing traffic. Comes in on the right side, trying to lose the defender. Takes a shot. The one-timer was blocked. Ground ball picked up there, and Taylor was hit in the face. Nothing called. He was looking for the call there. Nothing happened there. And the Lions get the clear. Now the Mavs need a stop on this end in a big way. Try to keep the momentum going. This is the first real momentum they've had in this game. And they need a defensive stop here. Swing it across quickly. Look out there looking for that one-timer feed. That goes wide by Herzlinger. Hickman will bring it back in here. Hickam gets it back out there to McLean. McLean setting up now. Goes to the left side. Has some room. Fires. That went wide off the outside of the net. And, boy, kind of an unorthodox save there. Dorfman made the save, but it rolled to the outside of the net. He had to trap it on the outside of that net. Corbo with it now. Look out, errant pass, nobody home, and a miscue there. And the Malloy Lions here get a chance. See what they do with the miscue. Mavs, they're trying to say, hey, we got to stay steady here and get this ball back and need to stop in a big way. Under 9.5 to go in this third quarter, 7-5, Malloy leads it. You see McLean on the outside. Now he makes his move inside. He's pushed out, though, by Norton. It feels like a chess match out there now. Look out, curling around now. They'll swing it out to that far right perimeter. Here's the hot hand Green, takes a shot wide. Here's Herzlinger now. Herzlinger curls around, denied entry. They go right side, look out, loose ball, and Stevenson picks it up. Mavs have to be careful here. A lot of traffic around. And here comes Redmond. A controlled clear is what they need and what they get. Coming very overcast here. Norton lost the handle on it as he tried to fire away. And who else but Liam Taylor comes up with it. Taylor tripped. That's an easy penalty to call. Then he's cross-checked. You might have 2 called on that play. Taylor has been the guy for Malloy in my estimation. He has really set a tone for them. He's been very good defensively. You see there he draws attention because of his outstanding play. And the Mavs are lucky they only have 1 in the box here. Hunsberger gets the tripping call. That's a minute. And it's a man-up situation for Malloy. And once again, this Mercy defense is going to be leaned on here to make a big stop. Corcoran, he's the guy they want to get loose. Watch him on that right side. Back over to Green, takes a shot that goes wide. There they go. Swing it up top now. Back behind the net, a shot. Looked like Dorfman got a hand on it, and he recovers. Oh, a huge save there. The Mavs need a controlled clear and possession. They need to control the ball here. That is, I think, the key for them. Long pass ahead here. That's a tricky pass. They just got it off there to Barone. They have plenty of time. They're only down by a pair. No need to panic. And they get it ahead now to Duchnowski. Duchnowski. Penalty is over. Mavs can go back on the attack here. They need to set it up. Hunsberger back over to Voda. Voda looks around. Back over to Duchnowski. Duchnowski has some room, takes a shot, and a nice save there. Well, wait a minute. There's a whistle, and it goes. No, actually deflects out there to Osorio. Kind of an unorthodox ground play there. It just kind of rolled out casually. Nobody went after it, and Osorio got to it with no challenge. Duchnowski had a good look at that one. Here's Barone. Barone, look at him powering like a fullback on this one. Goes back behind the net. Babnick has been kind of kept in check so far. Here's Osorio. Behind the net now to Babnick. Babnick curls around, takes a shot, goes wide. Barone will take it from that far corner here. Under 30 seconds on the possession clock. 6:27 to go in this third quarter. 7-5, Malloy on top. 2025 ECC Men's Championship Final here on the ECC Network. Thanks for tuning in wherever it is you're tuning in from. There's Barone with it now. Back over to Voda. Ian Voda loading it up behind the net now. Curls around. Tight window pass, nobody home, and it's going to be picked up there by the Lions. Thomas Kofod comes up with it. Pass to no man's land. And it looks like the Lions had it. Now it's a loose ball. And look at this. Filicamo comes up with it. Nice pass ahead there. 3-on-1 if they hurry. Voda, one-timer to Babnick. He scores! And I'll tell you what, Nicholas Filicamo, right time, right place, gets the grounder. He's fed Ian Voda. Voda connects with Babnick. And it's 7-6. Malloy, and I'll tell you, the Lions, I think they got to call a timeout here. They got to break the momentum a little.
18 scored. Was there any sense? Yeah.
Look out now, ground ball picked up. Well, Stevenson in the middle of it here. Possession Malloy. Ian Voda picks up the assist on the Babnick goal. And it's 7-6, and personnel changes. Look out, ground ball. What happened there? The Mavs just picked that up. That was just a errant ground ball there, and Mercy just picked it up. Malloy just let it go. I don't know what happened there. Wow, that's incredible.
Mercy goals for number 18.
Hunsberger with it now. And Smith has it behind the net. Smith, boy, he's very close behind the net. One-timer coming up. Nice save, Michaels. He had that one lined up. Ground ball picked up. Taylor lost the handle on it. And look at Babnick come up with it now. Finds Smith. Smith gets hit hard there. Another hit. He's going to draw a penalty. Laundry day here as looked like Liam Taylor got a little frustrated, and he's going to take the gate. Man up situation coming for the Mavericks here. This thing has really been set off now. We have a dandy of a game here as the Mavericks have come roaring back here. And it's 7-6 Malloy, but a man-up situation coming for the Mavericks. It's a locked-in penalty as well. Slashing call here. And the Mavs need to answer the bell now on the man-up situation. So we got to get the time. Hold on here. We need to. So 2 minute. I think it's a locked in, correct? Pair of penalties, I think. So they go behind the net now. Man up situation. Mavs need to cash in here. They've been denied so far. Smith back over to Osorio. Back to Duknowski. They look behind the net. Here's Roach. Back up high. Osorio. Over now. Look out. Pass on the inside corner. Trying to find Roach. Possession Malloy. 2 penalties. 1 for 2 minutes. 1 for a minute. On their best defender, Liam Taylor. And Malloy with possession now. Trying to kill some clock. Malloy has been very good on the man down situation. Michaels gets the pass back here. Give and go. They want a controlled look out of the zone. Alley-oop pass. I don't know where that was going. And that is a mistake there by the Lions. Air-mailed the pass. And Roach up with it now. Quickly over to Hunsberger. Now swing it back out here to Smith. Under 4 minutes to go in the third quarter, a 7-6 Malloy lead. But the Mavs with the man-up situation, trying to get the equalizer. Look out now. Under a minute to go. Here's Hunsberger. Deflected pass again in the lane, but there was a penalty called regardless on Malloy. And again, they're worn out. You're going to cheat. You're going to take your liberties. These guys are exhausted out there. Got to tell you, this third quarter, it feels like the entire field is tilted to the right side here. The Mavs have come out rip-roaring here. And let's face it, if Michaels doesn't come up with 3 or 4 good saves, who knows where this score is? Now, oh boy, now they're having a big conversation over at the sin bin. This is complicated. They're taking paperwork and everything out there. Let's see, what's going on here? Bill Dunn trying to get some explanations here. It's going to be possession mercy. But somebody else is getting the gate here for Malloy. It looks like it's Noah Taylor that's on one knee, so. .30-second penalty on Taylor. So it's 2 men up. And the Mavs have to cash in. They've had this scenario before. But this time they need to cash in. So here we go. Roach with it now. 2 men up for the Mavs for 29 seconds. Trying to collapse the box. Duchnowski to Osorio. Back to Hunsberger. Quick pass. Roach. Babnick. Roach. Hunsberger. Back to Osorio. Fakes it. Takes a shot. He scores! Oh, the perfect screen and beats Michaels' 5-hole. Jimmy Osorio lights it up. And it is even at 7. Unbelievable by the Mavericks. High slot, I got to tell you, Jimmy Osorio absolutely ripped that one. Still a locked-in penalty, I think, for Taylor. Wow, the Mavericks, once down 6-1 in this one, have knotted this thing up. And I am surprised no timeout called by Malloy. I actually am.
Thank you.
Resnick, Pazienza on the draw here. Boy, the Mavs have come out with a ton of fire to start this third. But now it's 7-7. How did the Mavs respond now at 7-7? No, Malloy, they've been in this spot, as has the Mavs. And that's a good start there for Malloy. They win a draw control. It's been a while for them. They get some offensive attack time. So Ken Brink takes a big hit there. Actually, that was Kofod. Sun is out here. They swing it around to the right side, under 3 minutes to go. In this third quarter, Tommy Corcoran with it now. He's being watched by Filicamo. Oh, look out. Here's DiLiberto. Has a lot of speed. There's Green. Takes a shot. He scores. An immediate answer by the Lions. They needed that one in the worst way. And Brian Green is having himself a big game. So the Lions with a quick strike response here. And they have reclaimed the lead. It's 8-7. Brian Green has 4 on the day.
Malloy goals for number 2, Brian Green. Assistant number 1, Brian DiLiberto. Malloy leads 8-7.
On the ground with it now. A big fight for it. Possession Lions. So the Mavs will have to play some defense here. Falling behind now, 8-7. Let's see how they respond. So the Lions going to take all kinds of time here. They know they have the lead. They want to set it up where they can just add to it and prevent the Mavericks from getting a look here before the end of the period if they can help it. Look out inside. There's a shot. Better save, Dorfman. Oh, yeah, that left post well protected. Look out. He's being double-teamed from behind here. Nice short pass to Stevenson. Quickly ahead. The Mavericks go on the attack. Here's Osorio. Hits the inside of the crossbar. Possession, Malloy. A massive break for them. Boy, Osorio beat the goalkeeper. Did everything right. Ground ball. And how about that? Hunsberger forces it. Here come the Mavs. They have a 3-on-2 if they hurry. Takes the pass. Look out. Here's Babnick. Other side. Pass deflected. And well positioned. Possession, Malloy. Well, we were promised the Donnybrook here today. Looks like we're going to have one between these two teams. Wild sequence here. And the Mavs now on the defensive. DiLiberto with it now. About a 12-second differentiation between possession clock and game clock in this third period. Look out now, hard hit, but McLean holds on to it. Gets it back over here to Taylor. Taylor trying to come in on the left side. Nice job containing there is Stevenson. He forced him to the outside. Major pass there, very risky. Well, that's like one of those old Brett Favre ones. Somebody will catch it. And that got airmailed out of bounds. And a break for the Mavericks. Here's Dorfman with it now. Back over to Michael Corbo. Says, Cam, you take it from here. Risky pass. He gets it off there to Smith. That was a long pass to the sideline. Swings it over to Bergerson now. Under half a minute to go in this third quarter. Duchnowski back to Bergerson. Back to Duchnowski now. They'll find Ryan Smith. Smith on that left perimeter does the head fake. Look out, slips the defender. Trying to slip him again. He wants a pass inside. A better save. Michael slams the door on Osorio with a 10-beller there. And we will go to the fourth. And Malloy has an 8-7 lead on Mercy, but I'll tell you, if you're the Mavericks, you can't hold your head down. They are knocking on the door here. Oh, I think we're going to have a good finish to this one. Malloy leads Mercy 8-7 as we go to the fourth quarter. Hang on to your hats. It's going to be an interesting finish. We'll be back here on the ECC Network. And here we go. Boy, fasten your seatbelts. Fourth quarter, 2025 Men's Lacrosse ECC Championship Final. 8-7, Malloy leads it. What a good one we've had here. Mike McGinnis on the call. Thanks so much for tuning in. Wherever it is you're tuning in from, it's Pazienza and Resnick on the draw control. Mavs win it. Here comes Resnick. Feeds Osorio. Takes a shot, hits the crossbar. That hit the post. And look out, ground ball. Resnick inside, and Hunsberger puts it home. Resnick with a great job forcing a ground ball and setting up Cole Hunsberger. And you figured the Mavericks had to get a break. Twice Michaels was beaten by Osorio only to meet the iron. And Hunsberger with an equalizer. And we are tied at 8. Watch this again. I'll tell you, Resnick made a great play on the back end, finding the loose change, setting up Hunsberger, and Hunsberger took care of the rest. Oh boy, how many twists and turns do we have before this finish?
Cole Hunsberger, assistant number 17, Ryan Resnick, scores tied 8-8.
Resnick, Pazienza, false start. Mavericks. I'm surprised Malloy has not taken a timeout here, because you can see the momentum, despite being a tie game, has obviously shifted to the Mavericks. And boy, you would think they would want to maybe collect themselves and settle it down, but, you know, they have their own ideas about it. So here is Smith now, across the green. Look out, one-timer, nice save. Duchnowski denied on the 5-hole, and Michaels had that well scouted. And let's not lose track of this. Michaels has made quite a few big saves here in this second half to keep this game tied, because I could tell you right now, with the attempts that the Mavs have had, they could easily be argued that they could have been up in this game if Michaels doesn't come up with a couple of big-time saves. So now Malloy to try to reestablish a lead. They have never trailed in this game. McLean now back over to Diamato. Diamato taking his time there on that left side. Behind the net, under the watchful eye of Jake Norton. Goes out to that left side. They'll work it up top here. Look out, ground ball, loose change. Picked up there by Herzlinger. Boy, and he had Stevenson all over him. 9 on the possession clock. Back over there to Hickam. Hickham's going to have to get one last drive here. Boy, barrels his way in, takes a shot. Look out, there's a big save. Rebound, Norton gets it to Dorfman. Oh, what a save there. Oh, look out, one hopper. Fryer can't get it. Massive break there for Malloy. McLean has it now. Boy, I'll tell you, this is heart attack city out there. It is an intense one. A great display for the ECC and these student athletes and these two programs. This is like Drago and Balboa out there. I mean, they are throwing the haymakers. And what a treat it's been to watch it. 8-8 with 12 and a half to go in this one. Brian Green now feeds it over to Corcoran. Corcoran being watched by Fryer. Fryer, look out, Corcoran has some room, comes in, fires it high and wide. Looks like a timeout for Mercy. We'll be back here. 12:02 to go in regulation, tied at 8 between Mercy and Malloy. We'll be back here on the ECC Network. And welcome back here to Mercy Field in Dobbs Ferry, New York. ECC Network 2025 ECC Men's Lacrosse Championship tied at 8 here with 12:02 to go. Possession, Lions. Boy, it's been a good one here. Mike McGinnis on the call. And behind the net now, DiLiberto feeds it out to Corcoran. Up on the high slot there, it's Green. He's been the hot hand, takes a shot that goes high and wide. Look out now as Malloy still with possession here, trying to reclaim the lead. They have never trailed. Corcoran off the block on that left side. He usually likes to go right as Hickam now with it. Hickam takes a shot. Shot clock, possession, expiration, and a stand made defensively by the Mavericks. They come out with it now. Boy, I'll tell you, look at Baroni. Looks like he was shot out of a cannon. Holy smokes. He comes up with it now. Don't tell him it's the fourth quarter in 85 degrees. You could fool me with the way he was shaking and moving out there. Here's Voda. Boy, Voda's been a big shot in the arm here for the offense in the second half. He's responded with the playing time. Oh, look out there. Nice defensive play. That actually, he was pushed off the mark by Thomas Kofod. Kofod just pushed him enough. Look out, ground ball now. And another ground ball, or a pass, I guess. And another errant pass there. Look out, the Mavs take it. I think we're going to have a penalty here or a timeout.
No,
Penalty on the Mavericks. There's a flag on the other side of the field. Mavs were off sides, and it's a man-up situation for Malloy. Wild sequence there. So, 30-second man-up situation for the Lions, trying to reclaim the lead. Now there's another whistle. And here we go. So the Lions back on the man-up situation, trying to reclaim a lead here. They get it to Fazion. Back behind the net, they'll go to DiLiberto. DiLiberto swings it up high. There's a shot. They score, and it's Luke Hickam on the setup from Brian DiLiberto on the left arc. And it's a man-up goal for the Lions. It took all of 16 seconds, and Malloy has reclaimed the lead. It's 9-8 with 10:33 to go in this one. So Resnick and Pazienza on the draw here. Actually, it looks like it's Malligray's apologies there against Resnick. Draw control won by Resnick. He is being hit hard here. He'll go across the grain and settle it down to Hunsberger. So Hunsberger kind of ducks low there and gets it over to Bergerson. Mavs have never led in this one. They trail 9-8, coming up on 10 minutes to go in regulation. Here is Smith with it now. Smith across the grain, a timer and a save and a post hit by Hunsberger. He beat the goalie, but the post once again gets involved. Quick, open look there. I don't know what happened. A massive breakdown by the Lions. They had a breakaway, and they passed up on the shot. I don't know what happened on that one. And here's Cameron Dorfman. He'll bring it up there to Smith. Boy, I'll tell you, Malloy had a chance there to go up by 2. And they forewent the shot and went for the pass, and it was quickly deflected. Big break there. Mercy's got to cash in on it. Here's Smith now. Smith, look out, one-timer, and it's Devin Duchnowski connecting with an equalizer, and we're tied at 9 with 9:09 to go. My goodness. And I'll tell you, I don't think they expected him to take that shot. I think that's what it was. They kind of left him out there, almost daring him to take the shot. Duchnowski said, I'll take it. Beautiful setup here. You watch this, the defense kind of lays off a little. They don't go out to challenge him. And Ryan Smith comes up with the helper. 9-9 is the score. Draw control. Boy, look at this. Possession mercy. That's a massive. I'll tell you, Ryan Resnick, he's been pressed into service here. Summit has been playing not 100% pretty much the whole year. Resnick, they've tapped his number, and this young man has responded. Here is Smith now, under 9 minutes to go. Boy, what a game this has turned into here. It's hard to believe it was 6-1 Malloy at one point in this one. Here is Barone. Heavy shot. Watch out. Barrels his way in. Takes a lot of hits. And a pass that was picked off there by Michaels. Michaels behind. Oh, look out there. He's going to take a pass and connects up the middle there to Jaden McLeod. McLeod quickly over there to Hickam. Hickam will swing it back here. Over to Herzlinger. Boy, the intensity in this one. There's a very tense silence in this capacity crowd here. On the left side, they'll swing it up top. Look out, right side, making a move. Boy, he had some room, and he pushed off there. Takes another shot. Dorfman fought it off there. McLean had an open look, and they went for the harder shot, and the Mavericks will gladly take it. And Dorfman really had to fight that pass off there. That shot, excuse me. As Higgins comes up with it to Dorfman now. I think the Mavs have to be wary. Controlled clears here. Yeah, they need a very crisp, high percentage, low-risk passing. Here is Stevenson. He already has a goal today. Yes, I know. He's the long stick D-man. Look out, he lost it. He covers up, though, and gets it to Osorio behind the net. This is a different look. Osorio with it now. As they go back behind the net now. Babnick comes up with it. Back over to Duchnowski. Under 7 minutes to go. Duchnowski looks around, shades it to the right side, back to Bergerson. Behind the net. They swing it back out to Smith. Smith, inside move. Look out, they find it in front. They score! Jimmy Osorio falls into the net, and he gets the go-ahead goal. And for the first time, the Mavericks take the lead. It's 10-9. Oh, Osorio got tripped on the way through. Well, they're talking about it. Well, hold on here. You want to make sure there's no goaltender interference. No goal. How about that? There you go. So the tie is still intact here. Again, no instant replay or challenges in Division II, so you can't get a look at that one. I thought he was tripped on the way through. And is this a timeout call by Mercy? Or they're explaining it to Coach. Coach Rymack not happy about that call. Can understand why, but they can't lose their composure here. There is still a ton of game left here. Pass to Corcoran. Malloy back on the attack. The Mavs have to keep the tie intact here. Cannot lose your sense of composure here. If you're the Mavericks, Malloy conversely wants to create that confusion and get the lead back here. Corcoran now on that right side. He likes to set up from there. They swing it over to Green. Green comes in. He's been a hot hand all day here. Has some room, takes a shot. That's a ground ball forced. And what are they going to say? Possession, Lions. Look out, another ground ball. Filacamo all over it. That's out of bounds. Possession, Mercy. Filacamo, this young man, answering the bell in another big spot here. Oh, and he gets roughed up on his own bench. Where's the interference call? And they're going to say possession, Malloy, I think. So they're going to say Barone stepped out. Here we go. 5:47 to go in this one. Tied at 9. DiLiberto. Back over now. Trying to find some room. He's pushed off the point, though. Look out. Here's Brian Green. Boy, how dangerous has he been in this one. Comes in left side. Has some room. Takes a shot. He scores. Top shelf. Brian Green gives the lead back to the Lions. And it's now 10-9 Malloy with 5:22 to go. And Green, as you see, lights it up there with that shot. And Malloy, once again, has themselves a lead. It's 10-9. Face-off coming here. Still deliberation. Resnick. Well, looks like Pazienza is off.
6 is no longer in. He's now 32.
And it looks like it's going to be Cameron Hovanek on the draw here against Resnick. False start, possession, Mercy. Resnick with it now. Swing it over to Bergerson. Don't need to tell you, tight controlled passes. That's what the Mavs need to do. Pass deflected out, though. That was deflected out. You could see by the direction of it there. Dinnigan made a nice defensive play. Here comes Bergerson. They work it to that right side now with Smith. Back inside. There's a shot that went wide. And possession, Malloy. Clearing attempt made there and connects McCabe. Quickly has it ahead. Malloy wants to get an insurance goal here. Under 5 minutes to go. Back behind the net, they work it to Jake Taylor. Timeout call. Malloy will take a breather. 4:43 to go in regulation. 10-9, Malloy leads Mercy. You're listening to the 2025 ECC Men's Lacrosse Championship Final. We'll take a break here on the ECC Network. And welcome back to Mercy Field in Dobbs Ferry, New York, ECC Network 2025 ECC Men's Lacrosse Championship Final. Here's the situation. Possession, Malloy, 4:43 to go in regulation, 64 seconds on possession clock. And the Lions have a 10-9 lead. They've never trailed in this one. They've had multiple ties here. Mike McGinnis on the call. Here's Corcoran now. They go back behind the net there to Taylor. Jake Taylor looking around now. We'll circle back over to Noah Taylor. Back to Tommy Corcoran. Circle it over to DiLiberto. DiLiberto, has an inside track here. Swings it up high. He'll go trying to tighten the grip there on the vice on the Mavs defense. DiLiberto behind the net. He's going to try to circle around left side. Look out, they have a seam in front. There's a hit. And ground ball or pass back out there to Hickam. Hickam pushed out here. Look out, he's going to take a shot that goes wide, deflected in front, and Dorfman comes up with it. Pop fly pass to Stevenson. Stevenson, controlled clear is what the Mavs need here. And they'll swing it across now, and they'll get the pass. And here is Smith. Smith goes behind the net, under 3.5 to go in regulation. 10-9, Malloy leads it. Smith now trying to get a screen. Comes up high, sharp pass, nobody home. Ground ball. And who's going to get it? And it looks like it's Duchnowski saving it for the Mavs. That's huge. They'll swing it across now, 30 seconds on possession. Duchnowski back over to Barone. Here's Smith, far left perimeter, coming up on 20 seconds on possession clock. Mavs need to make something happen here. They want to get the tying goal. Circling around. 10 seconds to go. Here's Barone. Fires wide. Possession, Mavericks, 5 on possession clock. And they'll give it up here. 2:22 left in regulation. And here is Christian Michaels with it. Michaels brings it up quickly there, and he gets it over to McLean. McLean ahead. High pass. Hickam has it. Hickam has a move here. Left side. Takes a shot that goes wide. 60 on the possession clock here. Noah Taylor picks it up now. Swing it back out to McLean. Over now to Herzlinger. Herzlinger back over there to Mike D'Amato. D'Amato with it now. Time is a factor here. Coming up on 1.5 minutes left in regulation. D'Amato has some room. He'll go back behind the net. Under 30 seconds on the possession clock. Takes a sneaky shot or pass. And they're going to say remains with Malloy here. Still 21 on possession. As Noah Taylor has it now. They swing it back up high here. Look out. Look like McLean lost it. One last load up here. They're trying to get that all-important insurance goal. They fire. That goes wide. Behind the net, Taylor. And they're just going to forfeit possession here. And here we go. Mavericks with 1:04 left, trailing 10-9, have possession. They need an equalizer. Here we go. Fitzgerald will bring it out here. Quickly over to Barone. Barone gets clipped, hangs on to it though. He's being pressured. And a hit to the head. That's an easy penalty. You can't do that. And a timeout called as well. Man-up situation coming up for the Mavericks with 49.8 to go. Oh, my. This is going to be an interesting finish. 1 minute slashing call on Thomas Kofod. 10-9. Malloy leads Mercy with 49.8 seconds left in regulation. Timeout Mavericks. Malloy has never trailed in this game. And Mercy with possession and a man-up situation, trying to keep this game and season alive here. You can feel the tension in the arena here. So high intensity. Of course, if you just joined us and you missed the earlier game, the Malloy University Lions women's lacrosse team won their first ever ECC championship. Congratulations to them with a 15-13 win over Mercy. Here we go. Possession, Mercy. 49.8 seconds to go. A player up advantage here for 1 minute for the Mavericks. This is the season. Potentially, they swing it out now to Babnick. Babnick to Roach. Back behind the net now to Smith. To Osorio. Back inside. There's a shot deflected out there. Possession, Mercy. Looks like maybe a player injured here or shaken up at the least. Trainer comes out. Not sure who that is. 30.4 left in this one. Possession, Mercy. 10-9, Malloy on top. And Mercy up a player here.
They pull the goalie in this sport too, like hockey? They can. So they can go 2 men up if they pull the goalie. In hindsight, yes.
So, the Mavericks with possession here.
41 on the penalty. Pull the goalie.
Here we go. It looks like Osorio will take it on that left perimeter right now. Mavericks trying to get the equalizer for the fourth time. Here is Smith now with it. Back over to Osorio. Man-up situation. Back over now to Duknowski. Here's Osorio. Under 20 seconds to go. Look out inside. There's a shot. They score! Shane Roach. Oh, the man-up situation works for the Mavericks. And we are knotted at 10 with 13 to go in regulation. Number 88, Shane Roach, puts one in. They didn't expect it. From that right side, he was open. And we are tied at 10. 13-13. Pazienza. And Resnick on the draw here.
Mercy goals, scorer number 88, Shane Roach. Assistant number 18, Aiden Babnick. Score is tied 10-10.
Babnick with the helper. Roach with the equalizer. Here we go. Draw control. Still a fight for it here. Popped up in the air. Look out. Here come the Lions. Seconds remaining. And a shot goes wide. Guess what, folks? We're going to overtime again. Oh, my goodness. Fasten your seatbelts. Mercy Malloy for all the marbles in overtime. Coming up here, it's the 2025 Men's Lacrosse Championship Final here on the ECC Network. We'll be right back. at the half, but we were down 6-1 at one point. So, yeah, we'll see. Anything can happen. They hit 4 posts and had 1 goal disallowed. Yeah. Yeah. We go to overtime. And the quest for the 2025 ECC Men's Lacrosse Championship hangs in the balance. Live here from Mercy Field in Dobbs Ferry, New York. These fans are fired up. Let's ride here. Mavericks never have led in this one. Malloy has seen Mercy come back 4 times on them to tie it. Who's going to walk out of here with a trophy? Let's find out together. Mike McGinnis on the call, ECC Network, Resnick, Pacienza. I don't have to tell you the magnitude of this draw control here. Here we go. On the ground, and Resnick lost it. He's going to roll it back there. Dorfman, oh, he had to come far out there. Look out, he gets hit. Loose ball, and look out. No goalie. The shot, they score! And Malloy wins it on an impossible turnover for their first ECC Men's Lacrosse Championship. Luke Hickam, the hero, and they're going wild. What a finish to a memorable showdown and a renewed rivalry here between the Lions and the Mavericks. And Malloy, congratulations to them. The first time they are ECC Men's Lacrosse champions. They are women's champions as well. And the Lions reign supreme here. What a finish to this one. And we're going to take a timeout. Luke Hickam, a goal for the lifetime. Puts it in, and the Lions prevail 11-10 in overtime. We're going to take a timeout here. Malloy wins at 11-10 in overtime. We will have MVP selection, award trophies given out. We're going to have MVP announced, and we're going to have interviews with the head coach, Bill Dunn, and the MVP for Malloy. 11-10, the Lions win their first ECC Men's Lacrosse Championship. We'll take a timeout here on the ECC Network. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back, and it's over in overtime, and for the first time ever, the Malloy Lions are ECC men's lacrosse champions. Congratulations to them. We're going to have the presentation of the trophy and the announcement of the MVP. We will also have interviews with the head coach and the MVP coming up. The MVP is number 23 goalkeeper Christian Michaels. Bill Dunn, the head coach. We'll have interviews with them coming up, but let's go down to the field right now for the presentation of the championship trophy and the MVP award.
Fans, before we begin our award presentation, we'd like to congratulate ECC runner-up Mercer University on a great 2025 season. Please turn your attention to the field for the championship presentation. Presenting the championship trophy and awards is EC Commissioner Jessica Grosso. With a record of 15-4, the 2025 East Coast Conference Men's Lacrosse champions are the Lions of Malloy University. At this time, we'd like to recognize the members of the Malloy University Championship squad. Number 1, Brian DiLiberto. Number 2, Brian Green. Number 3, Jack Herzlinger. Number 4, Justin Palulis. Number 5, Ryan Poland, HP. Number 6, Brendan Pazenza. Number 7, Eric Schiller. Number 8, James Howe. Number 9, Ian Dinnigan. Number 10, James McLeod Jr. Number 11, Michael McLean. Number 12, Mike D'Amato. Number 13, Dre Alexis. Number 14, Jacob Faison. Number 15, Matt Calvo. Number 17, Noah Taylor. Number 18, James Franz. Number 20, Nick Tiani. Number 21, Owen Taylor. Number 22, Jagger Warren. Number 23, Christian Michaels. Number 24, Thomas Kofod. Number 25, Rocco Hogan. Number 27, Justin Vanderwater. Number 28, Sean Payton. Number 30, James Coromillis. Number 31, John Bazio. Number 32, Cameron Hovanek. Number 33, Paul Calvo. Number 35, Zachary Malgris. Number 36, Tommy Corcoran. Number 37, Jack Dankenbrink. Number 38, Liam Taylor. Number 39, Anthony LaSala. Number 40, Carmine Apuzzo Jr. Number 41, Aiden DeLizzo. Number 42, Robert Gazzano. Number 43, Luke Pereira. Number 44, Sean McCabe. Number 48, Jake Taylor. Number 49, Daniel McLaughlin. Number 50, Luke Hickam. Assistant coaches, Tim McCabe, Joseph Fitzpatrick, and Tim McEntee, and head coach Bill Dunn. Fans, turn your attention once again to midfield for the presentation of the Most Outstanding Player of the Tournament trophy. This year's Most Outstanding Player is Christian Michaels from Molloy University. And now for the presentation of the championship trophy with head coach Bill Dunn and the team captains. Please come forward to accept the trophy. Congratulations once again to the Molloy University Lions for winning the 2025 ECC Men's Lacrosse Championship, and good luck in the NCAA Championship.
Once again, you're listening live here from Mercy Field on the ECC Network. The 2025 ECC Men's Lacrosse Champions for the first time. It's the Molloy University Lions. We're going to have interviews coming up with head coach Bill Dunn and MVP Christian Michaels. On the other side of it here on the ECC Network, we'll be right back. Check. One, two. We are live back here at Mercy Field, Dobbs Ferry, New York, ECC Network, and for the first time, the Mercy University Mavericks are dethroned here at home for a championship, and it comes down to the Molloy University Lions. Christian Michaels, MVP, the goalkeeper, and it was funny, Christian, I was saying in that furious time in the third quarter that the Mavs coming back, despite the tie, you had made a couple of saves, and that couldn't go by the wayside, and it obviously didn't. You come home, show the hardware off here. It's not only his birthday, he's an MVP as well. Yep. Tell me all about it.
Listen, it's been I've been here for 4 years now with Coach Dunn. It's been a long ride and a long time coming, and go Lions. That's all I got to say. Yeah,
and amazing how 8 days ago the ebbs and flows, right? Yep. And could you tell me anything about what you took away from 8 days ago that maybe motivated you here today?
Yeah, the way that game ended, going into OT, us fighting back, and then Dorfman having a great game and scoring that game-winning goal. Just left the fire in us, and we worked hard every day. We showed up against Frostburg, and then came here with still that fire, and got the job done.
It's amazing. You have two first-time champions on one day here at Mercy Field in Dobbs Ferry, New York. It's the Molloy University Lions, champions on the women's and men's lacrosse side. How big is this for your school? What's it going to be like when you go back home tonight?
It's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. Can't be prouder of the women's team, and it's a great time to be a Molloy Lion.
Well, I want to congratulate you again, and happy, boy, this is a birthday you'll never forget. I don't know how you do it in better style than this. I mean, my goodness, congratulations. That was Christian Michaels, the MVP 2025, now ECC champion, and now his head coach. Bill Dunn is going to come in here. Coach Dunn, congratulations to you. And again, what does this feel like for you?
I'm so happy for our senior class 4 years ago. Took over the program that was kind of in disarray, and we had our growing pains along the way. We were able to bring our own recruiting classes in. Thus, we get into the ECC playoffs, our first home playoff game, our first playoff win, and then we get a championship today. It's just, there's really no words for it. We're looking forward to the NCAAs.
Yes, and I have to ask you about this. Was there any point in this year where you said, hey, this is a little different, this might be something special? Was there any one game or point or anything like that you saw this coming maybe?
I think it was after we played Pace and we lost by 2 after being up and squandering a lead. And I told the team, we're going to win the conference. We hadn't even played a conference game yet, but I just knew the makeup of the team and the hard work that they put in and day out, that we were going to be able to win this conference. And, going on the road the last couple of weeks against Frostburg and Roberts and getting wins, that solidified home field for us. And then losing to Mercy last week in overtime when Dorfman scored the goal, we just knew we could have won that game as well. So to go back into overtime after leading most of this game, guys are starting to doubt each other. But we went out and did what we had to do, pick up ground balls, we moved the ball, and then Hickam buried the ball for the championship.
Well, and I have to ask you this, because what gets lost in the whole Mercy making this furious comeback in the third quarter, and, they tied it 4 different times after being down 6-1, is that Christian Michaels makes a couple of really big saves there that kind of gets lost in the shuffle of that, and it obviously didn't at the end. He picks up the MVP, but how big are those saves in those moments?
They're huge. This game could have been over in regulation. It could have been over before the fourth quarter started. And Christian's been our anchor back there for 4 years. He leads the school in saves and save percentage, and he's one of the top goalies in the country, the top 3 goalies percentage-wise in the country. So he's going to be sorely missed. But he was my first recruit when I took over, and he transferred in from down in Maryland. I forgot the school right now. But he transferred in, and those first couple of years, he saw a lot of rubber.
Yes.
Our first year, we were last in the country in face-off percentage, so we never got the ball. So he made a lot of saves in that year, and we started getting better defenders in, and thus you got what we got today.
Well, the victorious head coach here, Bill Dunn, the first ever championships for both the men's and women's programs here for Molloy University. How big is that for this school?
It's unbelievable. We were having a good year all along. They were struggling early in the year, and they were able to beat Mercy during the regular season, and then they got the win today as well. So, for both teams, it puts us on the map right now. We're both in the NCAA tournament, the automatic qualifier. So we'll see what happens next week. We're 15-4. Whoever thought we'd be 15-4?
Well, head coach Bill Dunn, congratulations on a well-fought victory and best of luck in the tournament.
Thank you very much.
Well, and that was the winning head coach here, Bill Dunn, Molloy University. First ever time men's lacrosse champions, and they complete the sweep today. For Mike McGinnis, everybody here on the ECC Network, thanks so much for tuning in to the 2025 ECC Lacrosse Championship Games. Have a good one, everybody.